More to marketing.
Welcome to More to Marketing, the podcast that explores marketing, product, and all things business. Today, we're going to be talking about kickstarting your year, what checklists you should be thinking about. So it doesn't have to be necessarily January, it could be whenever you're doing your kickstart, but it's always good to review and see how you can make your year even more awesome. So we're just going to go through some ways that you can get through that noise and have some focus. So I love to think first of doing mindset shift, particularly if we're looking at the topic marketing for this episode. Marketing is not a project. Now, we need to actually talk about foundations to set that right for the year before we go into like all those fantastic activities and tactics and all the planning you want to do. Because marketing is not a project to set up and forget. It's an ongoing rhythm that feeds your business every month. So the new year is a perfect time to reset that rhythm. But the goal is consistency, not perfection. Because remember, we can iterate and learn. So your hit list for mindset should be: do the boring but effective things first. Say no to shiny new platforms or tactics. Make sure they make sense before you jump on them. And focus on what you already know works for your business. Get those right. Now, second part is about actually doing that audit about what actually worked last year. Most businesses jump into the new year and don't really look back, and that can be a big mistake. Spend a couple of hours at least and look at your top 3 revenue generating sources. Note what content, offers, and challenges and channels as well helped to drive them. And then write down what you do more of this year based on this information. So an example could be if an email campaign consistently outperformed your social media activity, double down on email. This is your proven foundation. Everything else builds on top of it. Now, it's a great time to start doing that cleaning and segmenting of your email base or whatever bases that you have that you communicate with. Now, your email list is your number one asset most of the time, so you should treat it like that. So dedicate on week 1, remove bounced emails and anyone who hasn't opened in 12 months, archive them. Segment into best customers, recent purchases, engaged but haven't bought, and cold leads. So start doing some segmenting that makes sense. Then send a re-engagement campaign. We've missed you. Maybe send them a little incentive. What's changed? Update to reintroduce your value. A clean, segmented list that actively engages is 10 times more than a bloated and dead one. Now, you should now spend some time going and pretending to be one of your customers. Check the website, profile pages, and all of that. Spend time doing this. Your website and social profiles are your 24/7 salespersons. They represent you. They are your brand. If they're not converting, you're leaving money on the table. So do this audit. Does your homepage clearly state who you help and what you deliver for your results? What do you do? How do you help them? How do you solve their problem? Does it tell them that? Is there an obvious next step on the page that you're missing? Is there no call to action like book a call, download a guide, buy now? And most importantly, how does it look on mobile? Does it load fast? Do this, test this, do it yourself. Fixing the top 3 friction points you find can increase conversions anywhere from 20 to 50% in some cases. It's insane. So why are you leaving that there and not looking at it? Mind you, I will say this, do this more than once a year, but this is just your reset and refocusing session. Plan your money month offers. So if this is an example of if you're doing a calendar year where every month or every 2 months there's a thing. So great marketing can need great offers. So map your calendar around when your best customers are ready to buy and theme it correctly and complement it with the right offerings. So you might do January is your New Year reset packages. June, July could be your, if you're in Australia, tax and financial year prep. It could be anything, even pre-Christmas pieces. All of those, they make sense, but plan them. For each month, find your core offer. Plan as far in advance as you can, or at least theme it. Create 1 or 2 pieces of content. Why, how, this right now is the time to do this. And build a simple email nurture sequence leading up to it, if that makes sense for you. Making a calendar and having theming can help you in the long run when it starts to get crazy. Also, another thing to think of setting up is the calendars when it comes to content. Now, no one expects perfection. It just needs to be consistent. So decide what you're going to do as your main types. Is it 3 that you're going to do? So a long form, say a podcast, video, or newsletter, and 2 short ones, so socials, a reel, and a story. Schedule it, stick to it, batch make them as much as you can. The goal is to show up more reliable so that your audiences know what to expect and value you more because you do it. Now, a cool one that gets forgotten sometimes is reactivate your best customers. Some people think this is just loyalty, but sometimes it can just be pure word of mouth. It could be just making them feel valued and rewarded. New customer acquisition is expensive. Your best customers, in most cases, are sitting right there in your base. So some quick wins could be a simple thank you for being awesome email. Maybe just send that to 20% of your base. And if you can, a special offer if it makes sense. Ask for referrals. Who else in your network needs us? And maybe even create a VIP upgrade path for people that buy more. 1 happy customer may tell 3 friends, but it's worth more than all those cold leads that you might get from just general advertising. Now, in previous podcasts, we've talked about partnerships. Partnerships are something to definitely consider for your new year. Now, one of them could be a local B2B partnership, where you pick one that's a complementary business and you do cross promos, you do testing, and you try and get audiences that are similar but not the same, and you grow together. Why not look and see if that's something that your business could do? Now, things that you shouldn't necessarily do, it's always good to say what you should do, but what shouldn't you do? What are some of those distractions, those shiny baubles that you should try to avoid? Launching on a new platform you don't understand. So don't just chase tech for the sake of it. Make sure there's a purpose, reasoning, and a plan. Do not rewrite your whole website from scratch. You'll be in a lot of pain if it's not needed. Iterate, update, and continue that cycle. Chasing every AI tool or tactic. Yeah, not all of them. Pick the ones that make sense. Trial where you can, just not all of them. Set 20 goals instead of just 3. 20 goals are hard, particularly if you're a smaller team. Even a big team, 20 goals are hard. Pick 3 and focus on them, and they are your life and soul that you do all the time. So, now saying all this in a short, sharp way, first things that you should be looking at doing is 1, that audit, cleaning your email lists, checking your website, doing quick fixes, planning out your year, what promos are when, what are their themes, can you batch content, what are we going to focus on for consistency, and how can we reactivate our customers, potentially loyalty, but also partnerships that make sense. By focusing and doing these kind of things in your first year, like month 1, say January, it really helps that reset and refresh. It helps you get that mindset clarity of what you need to focus on and setting all those goals and helping the team understand what's important and what to let go for a while. You can always have a backlog. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you for listening to this podcast from More to Marketing. Don't forget to like and follow, and hopefully you'll enjoy some more podcasts in the future. More to Marketing.